everyone, and welcome to the post-match reaction. Mick, we've had a perfect description off camera on that performance. Confusing, wasn't it?
Just a little bit,
Just
yeah.
confusing, because I thought at times in the first half we were quite solid and held West Brom at bay quite well. But going forward, there was just no intensity whatsoever. And you can tell Richardson's not had time with the team because that was not a high-pressing team in the slightest. The man marking was good, but the high press was just not there.
The press was there, it just wasn't very intense, was it?
Yeah.
And the one up front is not helping. It's just, it's just not working. And as soon as we do get the ball, we've got nowhere to go with it. So, it was, confusing. I thought, you're right, I can't think of a better, well, I can think of a few better words, but probably not for camera. I'm so disappointed. I'm more disappointed tonight with the result than I was on Saturday, believe it or not. Because I don't want to upset anybody. There'll not be many West Brom fans watching this, but they were crap. They were garbage. And if anybody thinks he's walking away from this game tonight that thinks they deserve to take 3 points from New York Stadium tonight, they are deluded. And and it's not just my opinion, that is fact, because they were rubbish. One moment of brilliance in the game doesn't make you deserve 3 points, because for the rest of it, they were awful. As bad as any team I've seen all season. I mean, obviously they get the possession point, but 60-70% of their possession were in their own half, fanning about between back four, just pointless. But the goal was excellent, wasn't it? The free kick, excellent free kick. The first goal, I mean, how you can celebrate that is quite embarrassing, really. With the deflection it took, it was literally trickling into Victor's hands. It were going nowhere, wasn't it? And then just took a bottom of the league deflection, I guess. So
yeah, that was bottom of the league look, I think.
Yeah, it was.
But in the first half, I thought we matched West Brom up quite well. We limited them to shots from distance. They really couldn't work us out. It's just in the second half it all sort of fell through our fingers a little bit, because you've got Dexter's poor clearance that led to the deflected shot. I mean, don't get me wrong, the deflection shot, that's pure luck. West Brom that, but I thought it was just a slight lapse of concentration from Dexter as well with the clearance. A few players looked a little bit uncomposed as well.
Yeah,
I thought at times, but that comes with the position that we're in, doesn't it?
Of course it does. And the second goal came from a really poor clearance from Sean Morrison, who was excellent tonight. He was really, really good tonight. But the clearance put us in trouble, and the referee gave another free kick. Rightly so on this occasion. Yeah. One of the few he got right tonight in terms of the free kicks for both sides. And a fantastic free kick. Can't argue with that whatsoever. But I'm not going to buy from anybody that they deserve to win that game. But neither did we.
Yeah, I think a 0-0 draw would have been perfect for that game. I thought. And like you say, Jed Wallace's free kick, that was something magical. But it also sort of sums up. It's just like rape, of course they have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they've pulled that out of the bag but been poor the whole game. I do think questions need to be asked of our front line going forward, I think, because there seems to be far too many times where you wanted them just to run and attack and then stop, turn and pass it back, which we've seen quite a lot of this season, don't get me wrong, but in this game it felt like it was there. We just needed to put afterburners on a little bit, but the only person who really did that was Cohen, and then he never got the ball.
I mean, I'm amazed Cohen Bramall's not pulled another hammy. With a number of times he had to stop his run because the ball wasn't going to him. He made started so many runs, first half and second half. And whoever had the ball, whether it be Revan or Morrison, looked at him, saw the run start, and then turned away and gave the ball sideways. I don't know what that's all about. But we were very Matt Taylor tonight in terms of any desire to get the ball in the box. There weren't any. There was no desire to do it. So I suppose we're the architects of our own downfall, aren't we? In that respect, because I'm sorry, They were there for the taking, as were Swansea on Saturday, but these more so tonight. They are your typical Championship side, aren't they? We love to pass it about and do nothing with it, nothing at all.
You raise a good point about pressing the ball as well, and the lack of intensity, because there were times where West Brom had already took the goal kick short and they were just stood with the ball and nobody approached it. It's just like, what are we doing? And that's where it plays into the lack of intensity in the front line. It's at that point, if they're going to play like that, you go and attack the ball, you suddenly just flick a switch and go, right, I'm going to have that. But we didn't see that from Hugo, I didn't think. We didn't see that from Ollie at times, probably because he was running his arse off again.
Yeah.
But as soon as Nombe came on, we suddenly saw it.
Yeah.
So, I'm not going to fault the lineup selection at all, because your manager's first game, not being with the players. However, that just sort of shows that with Nombe being on the bench today, but also being really intense from the get-go against Swansea, it might have shown Richardson who his starting centre forward is, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan Hugill, with the greatest respect, the only benefit he brings to the team is if you put the ball in the box in good areas, because he'll score goals. He's not the type of player, and I mean this with all the greatest respect, he hasn't got the pace to form part of that press, and he hasn't got the pace to run in behind. Much as we tried to pass it, play him in behind, it's just not going to happen. That's not his game, and that's not a criticism. I mean, his game is to be in that box and winning headers and creating opportunities in the box. Can't do that if you don't put the ball in there.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. So I think we're just as equally as confused as that performance, aren't we?
Yeah.
Where do you think Richardson's first point of addressing is in training? Do you think it's the intensity going forward, or do you think it's the working on the high press for us?
I think the press is there. I think the press is good enough. But we need to get the ball in the box. We need to create some opportunities, and we're creating nothing. Every time we look to go forward, we end up going back again. We kept the ball much better tonight than we have done for a while. All season, to be fair, but unfortunately we had no intent to go forward. We need to get that ball in the final third and create some opportunities, and to do that, with the greatest respect, we're going to have to be putting two up front, because otherwise it's not going to work, I don't think.
Yeah, I agree. Well, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you are a West Brom fan, I hope we've rattled you royally with that one, because let's face it, you weren't very good today. You managed to get 2 good goals. Well done. Moving on, it's Plymouth next, and so fair play anyone who's going to that, because I won't want to.
I'm setting off now.
Oh. See you later, guys.